don't know why my shit just did that. It just cut off for no goddamn reason. It literally just cut off for no goddamn reason. Like, if that wasn't the most dumbest stuff in the world, bro. It literally just cut off, bro. Like, I sat here and pressed the motherfucking, the space bar button, and then it just cut off. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even have the motherfucking mouse over that. I don't know, bro. I'm confused. I'm so confused what just happened. I'll apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know why I just did that, but for some odd reason, it did just do that. So please forgive me for my lackluster. I don't know why it just did that. It just cut off for no reason. I don't know why it did that. And I hope. Hold on a second. Let me see something real quick. Oh, it's gonna split it up into 2 lives. God damn it. It's gonna split it up into 2 lives. Yeah, it's gonna split it up into 2 lives. I don't know why it just did that. It just literally just cut off for no goddamn reason. That was stupid. That was stupid. I don't know why it did that. That was stupid right there. I don't know why I did that. But I want to hear what Shorty had to say real quick about the simple fact. Let me do this real quick, for it won't probably do that shit again. Let me see. Put this like right. Put this like right here. Put this like right here. Okay, see, now we won't have that issue no more. See, we should be good now. We won't have that issue no more. All right, bet. All right, so Shorty came off on the video at first talking about you know what I'm saying, females having an attitude with a motherfucker for asking them for their number and stuff like that, blah blah blah, whatever. All right, bet, whatever. But, you know what I'm saying, also females just having an attitude for you saying hi and shit like that. See, females got to realize something, right? And I know she's going to get into detail with this shit. But females got to realize this, right? And not just females, but people in general got to realize this shit. And I feel like this is more of a area type of thing than anything. Because one thing, like with me, right? I'm from the South. I was born in the South, and I was raised up here in Chicago. Even though I don't have those ways or traits no more inside of me, but I can still be that person though. People in the South are a lot more friendly. You know what I mean? They're a lot more, hey, how you doing? Motherfucker don't even gotta know your ass. You know what I mean? Like, the motherfuckers just truly are friendly. You know what I mean? Like, prime example, when I go down to Virginia, I be sitting there with my dad, right? And my dad be driving, or I could be driving his car, whatever the case may be. And as you're driving, you got oncoming traffic coming towards you or whatever, and a motherfucker will just wave at you. Just for no reason, just wave at you. Just, hey, how you doing? And I didn't realize that shit when I was younger. But when I got older, though, I started to pay more attention and stuff. Especially when I was driving stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I be driving my old man's car and shit like that. And as oncoming traffic is coming towards me, motherfuckers just wave at you. Just, hey, how you doing? And you don't see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Up here, like where I'm at in the Midwest, you don't see that shit at all. Motherfucker coming oncoming traffic, they not looking at you, not paying you no motherfucking attention. They so tunnel vision, man. They're not paying your big head ass no motherfucking attention. But I noticed that though about people in the South. Also, when you're down there in the South too as well, in other areas in America, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers not just sit there and you know, do little simple shit. I mean, because motherfuckers do that everywhere. Hold the door open for you and, you know what I'm saying, good day and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that. But they'll truly sit there and have a conversation with you. And they'll generally, you know what I'm saying, want to sit there and talk to you. You know what I mean? I don't really see that type of camaraderie nowhere else but down there in the South. So you got people that used to live down there and is used to that type of environment, and they try to bring that type of attitude to the place that they move to now or visiting or whatever, and they come up to a place like Chicago or Milwaukee or Detroit and stuff like that, and a motherfucker just sitting there just, hey, how you doing? And the motherfucker catch an attitude like, bitch, where this man is from, they just nice like that. Like, motherfuckers just nice like that. Just, hey, how you doing? That's it. Like, I don't mean nothing about it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Just, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm walking past you. I'm acknowledging you. Like, it's just a, hey, how you doing? And that's it. But motherfuckers will still sit there and ignore your ass or catch an attitude with your ass and stuff like that. Like, you didn't, you know what I'm saying, did something just so, heinous to their ass and stuff. It's like, that's the wildest shit ever. But let me see what this girl got to say real quick.
What I do, what is up, my US baddies and my Batman fellas? It is your girl, Bosana, and welcome, B-Boss Army. Source that can tell by the title.
Is she Jamaican or something? Don't she sound like she got like a Caribbean accent? What y'all think? Jamaican, maybe a little bit of, Trinidad, maybe a little bit of Trinidad, maybe a little bit of. She's something, but I can tell already, right? Cause I know a lot of you motherfuckers, y'all can't tell this shit. I can tell you already. That hair that she got on her head, that's her real hair. I can tell that shit already. I bet money that's her real motherfucking hair. Them girls, cause I know this one girl. She's mixed with damn, what is she mixed with? One of those Caribbean islands and stuff like that. And she's dark skinned like this. But she got real long black hair, and it's really her hair. Like, I don't know what it is with them Caribbean girls down there. They be dark skinned like this, chocolate, and they have real long black hair. Like, real shit. And every time I talk to her, I just be sitting there like, girl, you don't know how much more attractive you look just because this is your real hair right here. Like, I tell her that shit all the time. Like, that shit is attractive right there. Like, that's your real motherfucking hair. Like, I'm sorry. I know I'm about to sound ignorant right now, but I don't like sitting there having conversation. I don't like sitting there having conversation with a female, and bitch, my hair is longer than yours. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like,
hey, bro, come on now, dog.
It rubs me the wrong way.
Come on, man.
Like, anybody else, like, it just don't make no sense to me. Like, how can a guy sit there and grow their hair? I've been having my hair for how long now? Going on 10 years now. And you've been having your hair since you was a baby, since you came out the pussy. And that's how long it didn't grow. And I only been having my hair for 10 years. And I'm 30 years old. And my shit down there touching, it's not down, it is. It's touching my ass crack. Pause. That shit don't make no sense to me. See, your mama didn't love your ass, baby. I'm trying to tell you that. Your mama didn't truly love you. Sitting there putting all them what's that shit? Perms and shit, straight iron and shit, got the thing over the stove and shit like that, and fucked up all the follicles and shit like that in your hair. And now once you done got older and shit like that, all you can have is just a little south side ponytail and shit like that. You know, south side, side side. That's all you got now. Gotta wear all this weave and shit like that, 22-inch extensions and shit like that. God damn, baby. Shit. And you got an attitude with me? Like, bitch, you need to have an attitude with your motherfucking mammy. That's who you need to have a motherfucking attitude with. Because I don't know why the fuck you got an attitude with me. Your motherfucking mammy's the one that fucked you up. Put on the motherfucking perms and shit in your motherfucking head and shit because she was too goddamn lazy to sit there and actually comb your shit out right. So she used chemicals to make your shit motherfucking straight and shit. And over time, your shit motherfucking fell out. Now your edges and shit all fucked up. Your hair don't fucking grow and shit like that. But you want to have an attitude with me, though. Girl, you done lost your rabbit ass mind. Let's play this motherfucking video. Don't start with me. Fuck wrong with you. I know it says in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, honor your mother and father and your days on earth will be longer. But, man, hey, you need to tell your mama what it is. You know what I mean? How dare she do that to her motherfucking daughter? She should be ashamed.
Today I'm going to be talking about women and their attitude. I kept seeing comments of, why does she keep giving me attitude? Talk about why women have attitude. Why do women give attitude? It just had to
I
do
like
with
her accent.
attitude.
I like her little accent she got.
Had to do with attitude. Make sure you follow me on my social media. Make sure you check out my Patreon. A video just got dropped on there actually. And of course, make sure you check out my second channel. And you guys know, make sure you check out my other social media. Okay, you guys?
So
I have 3
baby?
things. These are just different reasons. None of it is like the most important. This is just different reasons why women have an attitude or why she has attitude towards you. I actually just thought about one right now. Let me just write it down in case I forget.
Write it down.
This, you guys, sorry. Just thumbs up the video and comment down what other type of videos you would like to see. Make sure you give me a big thumbs up, though. It's not going to be 3, it's going to be 4 now. And so the first thing that I have on my list is defend themselves. A lot of women have to have this attitude, and I shouldn't say have to have, but in their opinion, they feel like they have to have. And even for me, I felt like I had to have that. And so a lot of female, because you really can't physically defend yourself. Yes, some girls do get physical, abusive, but other times it's just like a woman is a woman, and women are supposed to be soft, gentle, and they're not supposed to be the harmful one because they're not masculine. In some cases, there is girls out there that are very, very masculine and physical. But
no, they're not. No, they're not. Stop lying. They not masculine at all. That's a motherfucking facade. They putting up a motherfucking front. Bro, look, hell no. I knew this one girl, right? I told you I got stories for days. I knew this one girl, right? Back in motherfucking school. It was my junior year in high school. Yeah. Freshman, sophomore, junior. Yeah. Junior year in high school, 11th grade, right? And this one girl used to have an attitude with everybody. Niggas, bitches, it didn't give a fuck. Teachers, principal, whoever. She would fight whoever, all that goof ass shit, right? And I used to see shorty like this bugging up every time. I'm just always bugging up, this tweaking 24/7. And I told my homeboy, right, and I didn't think it was going to work, but I told my homeboy, right, and I'm like, I bet shorty is truly a cool-ass person. He's like, man, fuck that bitch, man. That bitch always trying to fight motherfuckers and woo and stuff like that. So I don't know what made me be so intrigued to talk to her, but I was so intrigued to talk to her. And I just came up to her on some funny shit, man, like, ooh, man, look, you sitting there, man, always want to fight a motherfucker. Who you think you is, man? Motherfucking George Floyd or motherfucking Muhammad Ali around this motherfucker, man. Like, I'm just coming with jokes and shit like that. And she like, boy, get your goof ass on somewhere. And like, look, see, now you catching attitude with me. I ain't even did, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just pressuring her, you know what I'm saying, sweating the bitch. Until finally, you know what I mean, she had looked away and smiled real quick. I'm like, see? So you do got a soft side. Why you got this motherfucking front all the time and stuff like that? And she like, boy, gone. You know what I'm saying? So she walked off and shit like that. I let her be or whatever the case may be or whatever. So the next day at school and shit like that, we about to pass each other up in the hallway and stuff. I give her a little wave and shit. She do one of those and shit. I'm like, all right. Next day in school and shit like that. See her again, give her another little wave and shit. She, you know what I'm saying? Give me the gremlin look. I'm like, okay, I see you. Long as you recognize me, long as you see me, baby, that's all that matters. By like the 3rd or 4th day, bro, I gave her a motherfucking wave, and she's high five. Oh, now, but I ain't say nothing. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, so now it's high fly. First it was, boy, get the fuck on somewhere, get your goof ass on somewhere. Then it was the motherfucking head shake with the mean look, type shit. Now it's, I get a high now. Now you said a little aggressively, but hey, I'll take whatever I can get now. Now I get a high now. But slowly but surely, though, all that shit turned into, eventually, I'm getting hugs from her now. You know what I mean? Hey, Fly. I mean, you call me my real name, but hey, Fly, how you doing? Ooh, and stuff like that. I'm getting hugs from the girl now. And to the point that now we cool and shit. Now she coming to my crib. I'm coming to her motherfucking crib and shit like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes, all you gotta do, man, is just sit there, man, just charm and disarm, man. Because I knew that shit was a motherfucking front. That wasn't truly her right there. I knew that shit wasn't truly her. Now, did I know it was going to work the way that it was going to work? No. I pretty much just took a leap of faith and just said, fuck it. Because just like I said, I just don't be giving a fuck at times. So I just said, whatever. Like, the girl already got an attitude with everybody. So she don't like nobody. So what the fuck is she going to say to me that's going to make me feel anything different? That's how I be going into situations. Like, I just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So I just said, fuck you know what I'm saying? We gonna try to make it do what it do. And like I said, push come to shove, man. That motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? We became cool, man. We was cool peoples, you know what I'm saying? You know, had a motherfucker coming to my house and shit. And, you know what I mean? Calling me up, you know what I'm saying? Back to back to back. And I'm not picking up the phone. And now I'm getting these, New Corinthians, verse 1, chapter 3, Bible scripture, text messages and shit like that. Y'all know what that means when a motherfucker get that Bible scripture of a text message after a motherfucker that called you about several times and shit, and you ain't answer the phone and shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I broke that motherfucker down like a motherfucking swisher. Fuck they talking about? Come on, man. I be trying to tell you, man, I'm a dangerous motherfucking man. I got dimples on my motherfucking face, man. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. But, I get what she's saying about that shit or whatever, man. But nah, man, you know what I'm saying, man. That truly don't be their true character, man. That truly be a motherfucking facade, man. I'm sorry.
But because of that, there's a lot of girls out here that
Pablo,
are
yo!
giving attitude to men, no matter who they are. Maybe if they feel like they approach them the wrong way, or they just want them to step away, anything like that, it's just an automatic self-defense for them. I understand sometimes a guy can really rub a female the wrong way. A guy can become very disrespectful just because you don't want to give him your number. I know things that happen like that, and a girl's quick to give you attitude. Now, I'm talking about the girls that as soon as you want to say,
hey, but I ain't gonna lie though. For you soft-legged ass niggas, right? That be getting mad because a bitch didn't want to give you her number and shit like that. Hey, that's shame on you, bro. Like, that's just shame on you, bro. Like, how you gonna get mad at the bitch because she didn't want to give you her number, man? Like, come on, dog. Like, what? Like, this shit makes no sense to me. Why you getting mad at the girl because she didn't want to give you her number? Like, now you mad at her and shit like that? Like she's obligated to give you... Like, I've seen so many videos and countless of stories and shit like that, like how niggas will start acting weird and shit like that and just bug up because a bitch didn't want... Like, bro, you act like a motherfucking goofy right now. Like, I'm sure for a fact, because I done seen niggas like this. You be the main nigga that will sit there on social media all day long making it seem like you got all the bitches in the motherfucking world and shit. But as soon as a bitch out there in public don't give you the motherfucking number or whatever it is that you desire from the bitch, now you want to do a attention tantrum like you 2 years old again. Bro, you just telling me right there that you truly don't be getting these bitches like how you be truly getting them. Because if you truly getting bitches like how you truly be getting them, and this one big-headed bitch right here out of the so-called hundreds of bitches that you got, why are you feeling some type of way? Bro, I ain't never felt no type of way when a bitch said, oh, no, I'm cool, or nah, I don't do that, or ooh, and stuff like that. I don't give a fuck. All right, baby, it's all good, man. Hey, God bless you, man. You know what I'm saying, man? It was nice talking to you. Keep it moving. The fuck? Because you never know. You probably caught that bitch on the wrong motherfucking day. Like, y'all got to stop blowing y'all motherfucking blessings, man. A lot of times, y'all got to realize shit, man, when y'all doing this shit, bro. Just because she don't give you the motherfucking number today, let me be a motherfucking prime example like I told y'all, man. This bitch, way back in the day, I used to try to holler at her 24/7. She never gave me no motherfucking play. And yes, it took over a decade for it to happen, but she finally gave in. Did I have to work for it? No. I didn't say nothing to her. She just finally, with her weird-ass emotions and feelings, finally just caught eyes and caught wind to me. I guess I was just truly looking, you know what I'm saying? What we used to say back in the day? I guess I was truly looking like a snack that day to her. Like, you gotta realize that shit. Just because you don't get it today, you might get it tomorrow. What's the old saying? Closed mouth don't get fed. Well, you already said what you desire. And just because it don't happen today, and just because it don't happen tomorrow, it might happen next week. It might happen next month. You just don't know. I got so many countless stories about this shit, bro. It's sad, dog. I got another one, right? Where it was another female that I used to try my hardest to get at, bro. Like, my hardest to get at this girl, right? Like, I used to always throw her so many hints. And she was gorgeous to me. She still is gorgeous to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just cool peoples, right? But I used to sit there and try to get at her all the time and shit like that, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? I didn't give a fuck. Single, with her man. I used to always sweat this bitch 24/7, bro. I just didn't give a fuck, bro. And she never gave me no play. You know what I'm saying? She'd be cool and have conversation, woo and stuff like that. But she'll never give me no play, though, right? And it took all the way until her motherfucking birthday and shit like that, right? I still remember this shit like it was yesterday. Motherfucking 2017, bro. Her birthday, 2017 in July. Yeah, July. Her birthday is in the summertime. It took all the way to her birthday and shit like that, right? My man's is you know what I'm saying? What's that shit females be saying? Her play big brother and shit like that, or woo whatever. You know, that dumbass shit or whatever. You know what I mean? But my man's is like her big brother and shit like that or whatever, right? So my man's called me up and stuff like that or whatever, because we had not too long ago earlier that day took a picture with each other. So he calls me up and stuff like that, and he like, hey bro, such and such woo wants to kick it with us for her birthday. I'm like, for real? He like, yeah man, she wanna, you know what I'm saying, go downtown and woo and all that old stuff. So I'm like, You know, even though we ain't never did shit or she ain't never give me no play and shit like that. You know, I love being in the company of a female. So I'm like, all right, bet, cool, let's go then. So we chilling and vibing and shit like that. You know, I'm just being me and shit like that or whatever the case may be. Back in my mind, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to enjoy the day. It's her birthday. Woo, show her a nice little time and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to be too extra. You feel me? But the crazy thing is, though, dog, it went from her never giving me no play at all. Never, you know what I'm saying, give me, you know what I'm saying, any type of, you know what I'm saying, signs or anything like that that she was attracted to me to. Later on that night, I'm fucking the bitch. Like, that simple. Like, it truly, like, I wasn't even ready. Like, it just truly threw me off, bro. Like, it just random, bro. And sometimes, hey, that's just how the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, dice rolls sometimes, dog. You feel me? It went from this bitch ain't never giving me no motherfucking play, no motherfucking action to I get in the motherfucking car with them and shit like that. She instantly like, oh man, so you looking like a snack today on my motherfucking birthday, woo woo, and all this old goof ass shit. You know what I mean? We sitting there downtown and shit like that. She want to hold my arm and all this old dumbass shit and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I would never expect that. So I be trying to tell motherfuckers now, if I would have been like how a lot of these niggas be, and the first time or the second time or the third time, like, damn, bitch, I've been trying to holler at you for 4.5, 5 years now. You ain't never gave me no motherfucking play. Fuck you, bitch. That right there would never have happened. That right there would never have happened, man. Sometimes you just gotta wait your turn, man. Sometimes it's just not your time, bro. Obviously, all them other days and stuff like that, I was just catching her at the wrong time. But that day, I caught her at the right motherfucking time. And I didn't even do nothing extra. I was just being a cool motherfucking guest. I wasn't even trying to holler at her sweater. I was just being cool. Like, we just all kicking it, conversating and shit like that. You know, it was her birthday. We just chilling, vibing. And motherfuckers at the end of the day and shit like that. What you about to do? Oh, shit. I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, go back to the crib and shit like that. It's already, you know what I'm saying, 2 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, I want to go with you. You want to go with me? What, you don't want to drive all the way home or something like that? Like, well, all right, you can come with me. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still not really, like, sweating this shit. Motherfucker come to my crib and shit like that or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I'm still being a gentleman. Like, look, you can go ahead and, you know, sleep in my bed and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably just chill out on the floor or I'll sleep, you know, out there in the front room or some shit like that. Woo, whatever. She like, oh no, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's all good. You can sleep in your bed. And like, I don't want you to feel, you know what I'm saying, uncomfortable, nothing like that. You know, just, you know, if you want to have the bed to yourself, and you know, that's all good. I'll just be right here on the floor and shit. She like, boy, stop playing with me. You can sleep in your bed. It's all good. We all grown. All right. I got my clothes on still, right? Like, I'm like, shit, well, it's going to be one of those nights, you know what I'm saying? I'm sleeping with my clothes on and shit like that. She take her motherfucking clothes off. I look over like, this motherfucker here. So, I'm laying in the bed and shit, right? And I'm laying on one side, got my head facing this direction. And she got her head facing the other motherfucking direction and shit like that or whatever the case may be, right? Why am I not in the mob, bro? OG. Oh, my bad, bro. I got you, bro. And I got her she facing the other direction and shit like that or whatever in the bed and stuff. And you know, going to her little tootie toot all up on my motherfucking backside and shit like that or whatever. And I'm like, this girl, she throwing me the pussy right now. She throwing me the pussy. And lo and behold, this motherfucker was throwing me the pussy. And like I said, if I would have had an attitude with that girl way back when and stuff like that, when I was first initially trying to get at her and stuff like that, that right there would never have happened. You know what I mean? That right there would never happen, man. Hey, man, be available, man. Wait your turn, man. Opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying? You just never know what might happen out that shit. A lot of shit don't go the way that I wanted to go. Like, a lot of my shit happens in the sense that it just happened on the fly, like on some random shit, bro. It never been no no shit that I, you know what I'm saying, predetermined or anything like that. Like, it was just some random shit, bro. And motherfuckers gotta realize that shit. Like, sometimes the shit just be random, dog. Shit just be random sometimes. You good, gang. I got you, gang. Happened on the fly, like on some, you know what I mean? But let's finish here what you gotta say though.
Say hi. It's like, who are you saying hi to? Or it's just like, just completely like just all in your face type of thing when you guys argue or anything like that. It's just, there's no actual reason, because she can actually just talk to you without having that whole attitude, the whole. And also, before I move on to the next thing, it's also a facial expression thing that happens. It's not all girls, but you know, there's a lot of girls out there that will, like I said, raise their eyebrows, put their hands in the face. All of that is just part of their nature. I'm not going to say all natures. I'm not going to talk too deep about that, but it's just part of their nature, and that's how they defend themselves, and that's also how they express themselves.
And you know what? I can get that shit, because I know a lot of females too as well, man. Like, even when they're on some cool, chilling, just talking shit, you know what I mean? They still, you know what I'm saying, looking like a motherfucking fool in the face, man. It's like, bitch, fix your face. Like, you just always got your face just always scrawled up and stuff. Like, fix your motherfucking face. You know, like, goddamn. So I do get that. Like, some females, they face just permanently fucked up, bro. Like, girl, you could be so much more gorgeous and so much more beautiful if you just fix your motherfucking face at a time. Like, goddamn. And you wonder why, you know what I'm saying, only thug ass, you know what I'm saying, niggas holler at your asses walking around with pistols and shit like that. Niggas that, you know, then dead 10 years and shit like that. Niggas that just don't give a fuck. They will smoke anything that's coming. They ain't got shit to lose. And you wonder why them the only niggas that talk to your ass. Don't no nigga that got something to lose want to talk to you. Shit. Your face always frown all up and shit like that. What does a clean-cut gentleman, right? You know what I'm saying? Both mother and father together and stuff like that. He's college bound. You know what I'm saying? He's well educated. You know what I'm saying? He's working a good job and all that old stuff. You know, he got his own car, probably got his own house and stuff like that. What makes you think that man is going to sit there and talk to you when you just sitting there just looking like that and shit? Like, what the fuck? He'll be a fool to sit there and talk to you. Now, granted, you might be the best person for him. But he will never know that because he's looking at your outer appearance. And your outer appearance is all fucked up and looking crazy and belligerent. You know what I'm saying? Your face is gang banging, baby. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest with you. I tell people this all the time, right? Your first initial approach is the one that's going to stick in everybody's mind. Just like how y'all met me. Right? You know what I'm saying? Just like how Austin, you met me. Just like how Pablo, you met me. I won y'all over off my first initial approach. If it was anything contrary to what it was, y'all would have been like, nah, whatever. Right? This dude ain't talking about shit. It kept it moving. And every other time that you would have seen me down your timeline, you wouldn't even have looked at me. It's that first initial approach. Your first appearance is the appearance that everybody's going to remember. They're not going to remember the second, the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. They're going to remember that first appearance that you give them. That's why I tell people all the time, your first appearance, your first presentation of introducing yourself or talking to somebody or whatever the case may be, let that be your best presentation. Because that's the one that's going to stick into people's minds. All right? And that's a fact. Let me see what else she got to say.
So let's move on to the next thing.
You fixing your hair, baby? Okay, I see you, girl. All right, yeah. I see you smiling, looking good. All right. Yeah, I see you.
So let's move on to the next thing.
How many times you gonna say let's move on to the next thing? You keep on fixing your hair. Baby, I know that's your real goddamn hair. But goddamn, stop shitting on all these bitches because all these bitches got the south side ponytail and shit like that. You can stop doing that, all right? I know these bitches mad at you. They want to sit there and you know, treat you and all that old shit. Talk about, oh, she's too black and, her teeth too big and her lips too big. Bitch, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. She got real motherfucking hair and you don't. Jealous? Fuck wrong with you? Let them know, baby, you ain't scared of these motherfuckers.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
So let's move on to the next thing on my list, and this is, you guys, the way they were brought up. Now, I'm not going to say any specific situation.
I like this. I like where she's going with this one. The upbringing. That is key. That is important. So I hope she hits on key points right here, because that is very important. It's the upbringing.
So let's move on to the next thing on my list, and this is the way they were brought up. Now, with this is why I say it's kind of in their nature. And I didn't say every woman. This is just a certain woman's nature. And, you know, it just happens where it's like, growing up for her, it might have been where it's like she always had to have an attitude because the way people would disrespect her, because of the way the guys would approach her. Things like that caused her to just form this attitude. So it's like it grew in her. And then other times, a lot of guys will say, oh no, naturally she's just like that. And there is a case where a lot of girls are naturally like that, and then they decide not to try to fix it. And also, when I say that, it's kind of like how guys can really just say certain stuff to protect themselves. That's how girls feel, because whatever they've been dealing with or whatever happened to them, it's just like, okay, you know what? I can protect myself with my attitude. And yeah, that goes right back to being the one that has to defend themselves. But it's really hard to explain because it's not easy to understand unless you are a woman and you've been violated, you've been disrespected, you've been harassed, things like that. And it sucks because, you know, even a lot of girls will be so quick to jump to say something and it'll be like, not specifically this, but I have a boyfriend. Oh, no, I'm not interested. And it's always because, you know, maybe they had problems with men. And this is actually going to go into my next topic. But it's certain stuff that form their attitude. And if it's not certain stuff that form their attitude, it's them feeling like this is how I have to raise my voice. This is how I can speak and say what I want and feel like I'm comfortable, feel like I'm safe. Okay? Let's move on to the...
You know what? I'm going to give her kudos on that one. Because she definitely, for the most part, hit it on the head right there when she was saying that right there. When it comes to the upbringing and stuff like that. And I understand a lot of us have different upbringings and stuff like that. We all didn't grow up in the, you know, the lavishly lifestyle or whatever the case may be. We all didn't grow up, you know what I'm saying, with both mother and father and stuff like that. We all didn't grow up in a calm, peaceful, you know, protected household and stuff like that. A lot of us grew up in very toxic households. A lot of us grew up, you know what I'm saying, in poverty. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us grew up, you know what I'm saying, having to defend ourselves at a very young age when we should have had our parents defending ourselves. So I'm glad that she hit on that point right there. And I agree with her a whole bunch. It definitely does go back to the upbringing. Even with me, prime example. My mother and father was never truly together when I was being, you know, saying brought up and stuff like that. But at the same token, though, when I was around, they act like they was together and they both, you know, saying mother, father. I got them both here type shit. You feel me? So when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, even though my mother and father was not together, when I was around, they would act like they was such. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem with a lot of households right there. Father not involved, you know what I'm saying? All the kids is being raised by the mother and stuff like that, whatever the case may be. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel about that stuff. But I'm sorry, this is how I feel about that stuff. A woman, you know, she's a nurturer. You know what I'm saying? A man is going to teach, you know what I'm saying, his little boy to be a, you know what I'm saying, be a man. Not be a boy, be a man. You know what I mean? And a man is also going to teach a woman, you know what I'm saying, how to be a young lady, how to be a woman. You feel me? And that's why it is so key and it is so important for the man to be in a relationship with their children. Now, I understand, because I'm not one of the ones to sit here and be like, oh, the man decides that he didn't want it. No. It be these dumbass bitches that be doing that goof ass shit. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep you away from your kids and shit like that. So don't think that, you know, I'm agreeing with motherfuckers like that, though. I'm hip to the shit. But that's another story, though. But it is so important for a man to not only be in a relationship of his boy, his son, but to also be in a relationship with his daughter. You know what I mean? Because that man's going to teach his daughter to value herself. That man's going to teach his daughter to love herself. She's not going to really get that from the mother. The mothers can't really teach that to a young lady. A mother can't really teach a boy how to be a boy. You know what I mean? You can't get that from the mother. The mother true nature is being a nurturer. Yeah, she's going to try and blah, blah, blah and all that, but it's still not going to be the same thing. You feel me? So when you have a lot of these young ladies out here growing up and the father is not present for whatever reason it might be, either he left on his own behalf or the mother is acting like a faggot and, trying to keep, this man from being around his children, whatever the case may be. You have a lot of women growing up and they get abused because, they lack the understanding and knowledge of what, love is and what somebody that truly cares for them is. They don't understand that type of feeling because they wasn't never taught that. So when they go out here into the streets and stuff like that, you got people out here all day long just sitting here just playing their ass, manipulating their ass. You know what I mean? Like, got them doing whatever because that man is not there to teach and guide and protect, for her to understand that, you know what, when I grow up and I have a boyfriend, or if I get married or something like that, I want my boyfriend or my future husband or whatever the case may be to be like my father. Reason being because my father showed me how I should care for myself. My father showed me how I should love myself. My father showed me how I should value myself. If you don't get that teaching at a young age, you pretty much just learning from he said, she said, and all that old stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that she spoke on that because that is true. A lot of young ladies and stuff like that, it's fucked up, but, was molested and, people took advantage of them and stuff like that. And they hold that type of anger. They hold that type of, negative attitude, for the rest of their lives. And I don't fault them, because they didn't deserve that. They didn't do nothing wrong. They just was a person that was loving and caring, and a motherfucker came along and stuff like that and took advantage of them. Plain and simple as that. You know what I mean? But that is the truth, though. You know what I mean? It's all about your upbringing. It's all about your upbringing. When I get into dealings with females and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, when we talking and stuff, your mother and father together and stuff, I pay attention to the household. I don't pay attention to what she's doing, 110%. Yes, I'm focused on what you're doing and what you're saying and talking, but I look at everything around you. When you bring me around moms and dad or something like that, or you bring me around your family and stuff like that, I look how the family is. Because that right there is going to tell me a lot about yourself. Because right now, because this is what I tell people all the time, right? When you meet somebody and y'all hanging out and stuff like that, that's the honeymoon stages, right? Both of y'all are basically on y'all best behaviors right now, right? But if I was to pursue into a relationship with this person, you're not going to start seeing that other side or that real side until later on. So take heed onto when she invites you around the family and stuff like that, and pay attention how the family is. Is her mother and father together? Does she have a good relationship with her mother and father? Pay attention to all that stuff, because that's going to let you know how she's going to be later on. Because like I said, when y'all first meet each other, that's the honeymoon stage. All this shit that she just putting up, it's her, but it's not truly her. You ain't gonna see truly her until later on when she gets real comfortable and stuff like that. That's when you're gonna see really her. But for right now, though, you got the perfect version of her. But it's only gonna last temporarily, though. So I tell people that all the time. Like, you really got to pay attention, to the household, how people was brought up and how people was raised. Even with me, my mother and father and stuff like that wasn't together and stuff. But my father taught me how to be a man. And my mother was there, being a nurturer. Simple as that. And even though, we came up here when I was young and stuff like that, my father was still being a father. Even from a distance. Coming up here all the time and stuff like that. Make sure that he's always seeing me and stuff like that. All that good old stuff. He made sure that I had my motherfucking head on right. For real. He made sure that I had my head on right. But you just got to pay attention to that. Really pay attention to how the family is, because if the family is just everywhere and just whatever, then 9 times out of 10, that's how she's going to be too as well. Not everybody is like that. Some people grow up to want to be better than, what their family is and stuff like that. But a lot of people are acceptable to what they was taught and what they was learned and what they see, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to their family and stuff like that. So definitely, I tell people that all the time. When you meet a lady or something like that, you meet a young lady or whatever, if she ever brings you around her family and stuff like that, really pay attention to the relationship that she has with her family and how her family, you know what I'm saying, moves. How do they, you know what I'm saying, carry themselves and stuff like that. Really pay attention to that. So I'm glad that she hit on that point right there. That was a beautiful point right there. I love that.
The next thing on my list, and this is angry in their heart. Now, I said the last thing goes into this topic because this is what happens. A lot of girls will deal with guys that have broken them, hurt them, made them feel so less of a woman, made them feel so, hurt. Let me just leave it at hurt, okay? Just so many different emotions that are just awful. And because of that, they have formed this attitude where they look at men and see them all to be the same. So they have so much hurt and damage in their heart that every single time a man talks to her, it's like, I hate men. Or it's like the single thing that you do that reminds her of the guy in the past, it causes that attitude. It doesn't even have to be a man. It could be the certain trauma that girls went through, because there's girls that I've met out here and you would just be like, why are you so angry? Why are you so upset? And it's really because not being able to let go and forgive and move on and hanging on to things that are causing you to have this anger to carry out, to continue having this attitude continue to be out here. And you don't need it. You don't. And I know girls don't really watch my videos. There is a few out here. I know there is a few out here. But the thing is, a lot of girls have to understand that you don't have to be so angry. You can love yourself. And that's part of all of this, right? But they have to understand, like, it's all about forgiving. And you can't carry out to have to feel like everybody's the same. Everybody's out to get you and nobody's going to be on your side. And that's a big problem, because that's how girls are really truly feeling, that nobody's on their side. And it's because of men. And I'm not saying men are the problem, but I'm just saying the guys that she keeps choosing are causing her to continue to have this attitude. And it's also...
And you know why she continues to have that attitude? Because she continues to put out that negative vibe. That's why she continues to have that attitude. Now, I love the points that she was getting at. I love the points that she was getting at. But the reason why a lot of women find themselves on that downward spiral of just, saying emptiness and loss and confusion and run into the same type of men and stuff like that, because truthfully, you're attracted to that shit. You can sit here all day long and say that, oh, I don't want no man like that. I don't want a man like that. But deep down inside, yes, you do want men like that, because every time a man comes into your presence and talk to you, the real good men, you push them to the side. But the men that you say that you don't want, those are the men that you keep on choosing, because you're truly attracted to that. And that's also the type of vibes that you put out there. I tell that to females all the time. Stop saying what you don't want, because truthfully, that's truthfully what you do want, because you keep on choosing that shit. You got to be real with yourself and understanding with yourself that it's not them, it's me. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's choosing this battleship of a relationship. The guy didn't have no choice in this shit. He just, being a man, just hollered at you and you went. You had the overall say so. You chose to get yourself in that predicament. And you wonder why relationship after relationship after relationship is nothing but failure. It's nothing but battles. It's nothing but fights and arguments and stuff like that. Because deep down inside, even though these are the men that you disgrace and you despise of, and you say, oh, I don't want nothing to do with these guys right here. These guys make me sick. Why can't I have a good man? These are the guys that you attract. You attract these type of guys. Because the guys that truly want the best for you and truly want to work and build and, have a beautiful relationship with you, you push them away. So sometimes don't blame the guy. Blame yourself. Look at yourself and be like, what can I do as a woman to change myself so I can stop being put in this situation? Because the world is going to be the world. All right? I had to find that out the hard way. I used to sit there and try to blame other people and shit like that, but how can I blame other people for shit that I allowed them to do? You allowed them to do that shit. So stop blaming them. What can I do as a person to change myself for I won't be put in this situation no more. That's when I started understanding myself more. That's when I started loving myself more. That's when I started, building on my character and stuff like that. That's what I started doing. And I started putting myself in those situations. See the flags, get the fuck on somewhere. I don't got time to play with you. It's simple as that. You want to play crazy? You want to play stupid? I'm gone. It's simple as that. Like, I don't have time for it. Don't have time for it. Same thing with the women. I understand everybody puts on their best motherfucking tuxedo and stuff like that when they first talk to you, but you start to see the signs. You start to see the flags. Don't sit there and play with it and be like, maybe that was a fluke. Maybe that was an accident. No, that was truly him right there popping out for the first time. You just didn't want to accept it. So you gave him a chance. Then when he do some other fucked up ass shit, that's him truly popping out for the second time. But you just want to give him another chance. And you keep on giving chances and chances and chances and chances. And before you know it, you done wasted 5 motherfucking years of your precious life, 5 motherfucking years of your youth, dealing with another nobody. And now you singing this song again, once again, talking about some woe is me. Stop putting yourself in those predicaments. It is simple as that. Stop putting yourself in those predicaments. It's no easier the way to say it. Look at yourself. Love yourself. Value yourself. When you love yourself and value yourself, you don't want nothing less than that. So even though a motherfucker might come and try to charm and disarm you and stuff like that, you can still see the fraudulent in the bullshit that the person is saying. And you can finally make that understanding and that decision like, do I truly want to be with this person? I understand women don't want to be alone and, they just want to be with hey, sometimes you got to be alone, man. I'm sorry, but sometimes you got to be alone. It's simple as that. Sometimes you got to be a motherfucking alone. Because you just keep on choosing any situation. That's what you're doing. You choosing any situation. Any situation that comes upon you and stuff like that, you just choose it. Because you're comfortable with that shit. You're used to that shit. See, that's why I strive so much. And people always look at me like, oh, Fly, why you always, talking to girls from other races and stuff like that? You really don't. Look, I love my black women. I love y'all to death. I love y'all to death. All right? Don't ever get that shit wrong. I love y'all to death. But me, I like to venture off and stuff like that and just see different races and how they act and how they move and stuff like that. Because a lot of these other races and stuff like that, they was really brought up and raised a certain type of way to honor and respect a man. And that's the type of stuff that I like to go for. I love my black women, but a lot of y'all are not raised to honor and respect a man. Because for one, a lot of men that comes into your life is not a man that you should honor and respect in the first place. So I get that. This guy right here that you was dealing with, you shouldn't honor and respect him. Look how he's treating you. Look what he got you doing. Your baby daddy right there, I see why y'all fell apart. Look at what he had you doing. Look how he treated you. I see why you didn't honor and respect him. But when it comes to a good man that finally comes into your life, you got this wall that's always up. And you got this mindset that's always going. And now you finally got a good man. You cannot predict the difference between the two guys. You're looking at me like I'm your baby daddy. You're looking at me like I'm your toxic ex-boyfriend. I'm not that person right there. So don't try to move me and try to, characterize me like I'm such. That's not me right there. And a lot of female can't depict the one from the two. And they start treating every man the same type of way. So they'll push away the good man, because a good man, a man with logic, a man with common sense, a man with intelligence is like, oh, this is some toxic shit right here. I ain't got time for this shit. I'm gone. Bye. And you just sit there and be like, oh, well, fuck you then. You're a goofy. But the guy that doesn't give a fuck and got shit going on, the toxic motherfucker, he ain't got shit going on. So he gonna stick around like, okay, bitch, you want to act crazy? All right, I'll act crazy too then, bitch. We just going to be two crazy acting motherfuckers. What up, Byron? Like, that's what it is. It is simple as that. Simplicity. Like, goddamn, stop playing with yourself, man.
So just her feeling like, you know what? Like, This is how it's always been. It's always gonna stay like this. Let's move on to the last thing on my list, and this is, oh, by the way, you guys know, if you have any questions, make sure you drop it down below. And if you haven't given your girl a thumbs up, what are you waiting for?
You know what? I'll give you a thumbs up. I got you. Even though this video is like 2 years old, I'll give you a thumbs up. Because so far, I'm liking what you're saying. So.
Did you do it yet? Not yet?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. You good. You good. You good.
Thank you. So let's move
I
on
wish
to
I
the
made
next
her
thing
laugh.
on my list. And this is the one that I just came up with right before the video. Good thing I came up with this one because it's kind of important. But this is not interested or you are the problem. Okay, so the problem is, sorry if I just got a little loud, sorry. But the problem is girls are not interested. And that attitude that they give is how they tell you that they are not interested. In other words, attitude talks to girls. I'm
going to tell you this much right here. I get what she's saying, but look, I'm going to tell you this much right here, right? I don't give a fuck how much a female will sit there and say that she's not interested in you. At the end of the day, females go off of emotions. Females go off of feelings. They don't go off of logics. I'm just sorry. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Prime example, right? The reason why I was able to do that one situation, right, with shorty that I told you that I've been trying to sweat her and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that. And, you know, she finally, you know what I'm saying, wanted to be with me and stuff like that. And we finally did us and stuff because I was always around. Like, she always seen me. And I tell this to people all the time, right? And this is the craziest thing, but I tell this to people this all the time, right? Females, they sit there and say that I want a guy that looks like this, I want a guy that looks like that, and blah, blah, blah. But truthfully, females do not go off of looks. I'm sorry, but females truly do not go off of looks. You'll be a fool to truly sit here and think that a female goes off of looks. Yes, she will come across like she goes off of looks. She want a guy that looks like this. She want a guy that looks like Chris Brown. She want a guy, but you got to realize something. She's dealing with her emotions. One day she wants a guy that looks like Chris Brown. The next day she want a guy that looks like Morris Chestnut. The next day she want a guy that looks like Ludacris. The next day she want a guy that looks like Kanye West. The next day she want a guy that looks like Future. The next day she want a guy to look like what's my man's name? God damn, what's my man's name? Forrest Whitaker. You know? The next day she want a guy to look like Allen Iverson. The next day she want a guy to look like Latrell Sprewell. You know? The next day she want a guy to look like Shaq. Okay? The next day she want a guy to look like Dwight Howard. Females go off of emotions, and their emotions is always spiraling and changing. Females truly do not go off of looks. I'm sorry. What she says right then and there, what she's liking, that's what she likes for the moment. That shit's going to change very quickly. And I tell this to guys all the time, right? A female can sit there and not like you and don't want nothing to do with you. But if you spend enough time around that female, eventually she's going to start having feelings for you. Like, I used to give people this type of example right here, right? I used to use the Beyonce effect, right? You know, Beyonce is with Jay-Z, right? Like, why would she go anywhere else besides being around Jay-Z? I mean, that's Jay-Z. Like, Jay-Z is a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? She's a billionaire. Like, they're the ultimate power couple, right? I bet money if you had the opportunity to spend a year 24/7, 365 around Beyonce, she will give you that pussy. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. She will give you that pussy. Because she's around you so much, she starts to get emotionally attached to you. Because she's around you so much. She's always around you. She will give you that pussy. I'm trying to tell y'all that. The next day she wants a hey, pot belly nigga. Right, facts. Facts. Like, I tell this to people all the time, man. Like, that whole, oh, I'm not attracted to you and stuff like that. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all see me all the time that know me in real life because, you know, I share this to Facebook and stuff like that. Y'all know me in real life. I talk to down there everything else, you know what I'm saying, all different types of races of people and stuff like that, from, you know, Hispanics, Latinas, Middle Eastern people, you know what I'm saying, Asian. I talk to all these other different nationalities and stuff like that. And you don't think I didn't hear that plenty of times before? Like, oh, well, I'm not really attracted to you, but you're cool peoples and stuff like that. Oh, that's fine, baby. I know you're attracted to your own race and kind because that's how you was brought up and stuff like that. I understand that. I'm not trying to change your ways. Can we just, saying, you a cool person. This is what I conversate with you. And just us being around each other all the time and talking and hee and ha and stuff like that. Before you know it, what you about to do? What you mean what I'm about to do? I'm about to go home. Can I come with you? Nigga! Like, I thought you wasn't attracted to me. It's the emotion shit once again. So it goes back to what you was saying, right? If a girl denies you today, and she denies you tomorrow, and she denies you the next day, that fourth day, she probably will give you some play. Don't give up. Keep on smashing. Keep on mashing. You feel me? Don't got to be disrespectful. You ain't got to be thirsty. You ain't got to be, a creepy or anything like that. Don't do the weird shit. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, just be player with it. Be fly with it. Hey, every time you see her, hey, what's going on? Even though you didn't, give me your number and you say you didn't want to talk to me, but, hey, every time I see you, I'm going to say what up to you. What's going on with you, ma? You know what I'm saying? Just keep it moving type shit. You feel me? She'll come around eventually. As simple as that.
Words, I bet to say it like this: attitude talks to girls to talk to guys. And so that's how, back to expressing themselves, that's how they feel like they can shut somebody down, tell them that they're not interested, instantly giving them attitude. So if they're not interested in you and a girl is just like, complaining or just giving you attitude all day, just saying you're this and that, or, just, it seems.
Hey, anytime a girl gives me attitude, like if I was trying to holler at her, and she starts giving me attitude and stuff like that, I'm such a jokeful ass person, man. I just start joking with the motherfucker. Like, I just don't be giving a fuck, man. Like, I just start joking. Like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you got attitude. I'm finna have attitude. I just start. I remember this one time, this one female, right? I said some old shit to her, and I seen that she said something back to me, so I try to prolong the conversation and shit. And then she's like, I'm like, what's wrong with you? She's like, oh, nothing. I'm just, just irritated and stuff. I'm like, oh, you irritated? She's like, yeah, I'm just irritated. It just came out of nowhere. Like, I guess she didn't want to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Because she seen that I was trying to prolong the conversation and shit. So she's sitting there like, oh, I'm just irritated and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah and all this, just saying whatever, right? So I started being the funny guy and be like, well, fuck it. I'm going to be irritated too. Can we be irritated together? She like, what? I'm like, let's be irritated together. So we was I think we was at a motherfucking Best Buy and shit like that, right? I see the motherfucking one of the guys that work there and stuff like that. I had to use him as a sacrificial lamb and shit like that. I was like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Just start giving him attitude and shit like that. Like, me and her, we got a motherfucking attitude, man. We ain't getting no motherfucking service around here. I'm just acting crazy and belligerent and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She just sitting there like, I'm like, oh, no, the shit funny? The shit funny. I thought you had an attitude. She like, I do got an attitude. But smiling while she said though, I do got an attitude. I'm like, oh, you sure? Cause I can continue this motherfucking role now. Who else I need to call over? Hey, I need help. Like, it's simple shit like that, man. You feel me? Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, you can't always just go off of, your motherfucking looks and stuff like that, talking about the guys. You can't always just go off your looks and stuff like that, man. Sometimes, that motherfucking mouthpiece, man, is the most lethalest weapon that you got on your motherfucking arsenal, for real. And that's facts. You feel me? Yes, your looks can get you, a shoe in, a foot in to the door and stuff like that, but it's the overall your mouthpiece, though. You know what I mean? I tell this to people all the time, though, and people, they look at me sideways when I say this shit, though. But if you got a gift of gab and you really know how to conversate and talk and, construct your words and conversations with people and stuff like that, you'll get very far in life. You feel me? Look at, and I use this as an example, look at Hitler. Even though, Hitler did so much whatever and people want to, whatever, but look how this man had such a powerful voice to make people believe that those people are the enemy. How did he do that? His mouthpiece. Hitler had a motherfucking mouthpiece. Same thing with people like Dr. King and Malcolm X and stuff like that. These are strong people that had a presence when they spoke. When they spoke, you felt them. And that's the same way that I carry myself too as well. When I speak, you're going to feel me. It's not gonna be no shyness. It's not gonna be no, oh my gosh, she don't want to talk to me. It's not gonna be no, say, bitch, you don't want to give me your number. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be none of that. You know what I mean? But truly, man, pick up on your vocabulary, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Be witty. I'm a witty ass motherfucker. Like, I'm quick to jump off on the, you know what I'm saying? I'm just too witty. You say anything, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go. Because I'm already going into the situation thinking it's going to be a negative experience. You know what I'm saying? What's the old saying? Prepare for the worst and expect the best, or pray for the best. I'm already going to every situation like that. So I'm not going to the situation like, oh, I can get her, man. This is no problem. No, I'm going into the situation like it's about to be wartime. Like, I got to strap down type shit. That's how I'm going into the situation. You know? And that's how usually, for the most part, man, you know what I'm saying, always get the way that I want, man. Because, hey, I went into the situation not giving a fuck, thinking that, you know what I'm saying, all odds was against me and stuff like that. So, hey, when shit started working, it's like, hey, shit, I did what I had to do. For real. For real. That's how you gotta do that shit. Are you all good, Austin? You all good, guy?
He's like, wow, why do you have such an attitude? It's because you did something that she's not into. It's because she's not interested in you anymore. It's because she doesn't actually like you. It's because she's trying to give you a big hint by the way she's talking that she is not into you, okay? And the first thing that I said was what? You are the problem. You may not be the problem, but in her eyes, you are the problem. So therefore, because you are the problem, everything is an attitude. And I said this before, it's because she's disgusted by you. And it sounds awful to say, but a lot of girls will look at you and be like, ugh, a simp. Ugh, I don't like him. Ugh, that is not my type. And it's just like instantly it happens because they feel like the guy's the problem. I don't like the guy. I feel like he's ugly. I feel like he's this. Yada, yada, yada. You know? And it's also about maturity. I feel like a lot of times people have attitude because of their maturity. They feel like they are supposed to. And then once they actually reach a certain level of maturity, they start realizing you don't need to have attitude. You don't have to disrespect anybody like that. You don't have to feel like somebody is, just so extremely ugly and, degrade them and make them feel so bad. You can understand people are different. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of girls will just feel like they're so higher up, so they get so disgusted or they're so bothered by somebody that they feel like is the opposite, and then they start having that attitude.
But I don't know why they be feeling like that, because, baby, you is not higher up. How the fuck is you higher up? And you living, I'm not even finna go down that road, but you know where I was about to go.
So I hope this video helped you guys out.
But I like that video right there. I like that video. That was cool ass video right there.
Make sure you check out my second channel. Make sure you check out.
All right, check all that shit out. You feel me? Check all that shit out though. But no, though, that's honestly how that shit be though. Feel me? That's honestly how that shit be though. Like, motherfuckers be having attitudes and they don't even know why they be having attitudes, man. And I tell people, man, hey, sometimes you just gotta let people go on ahead and go on about their day and shit like that and just get the fuck on. So we're like, fuck them. It is what it is and stuff like that. But whatever situation that you go into, though, don't be scared, don't be nervous, man. Like, truly, man, you know what I'm saying? Be yourself. Like, I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker got attitude. I'm still gonna be myself. I'm not finna change my ways. I'm not finna change who I am and stuff like that to try to please you. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? It's not finna happen. I'm still gonna be me at the end of the motherfucking day. Either take it or leave it. Simple as that. Simplicity. Like, it is what it is. Fuck you and your motherfucking attitude. Simple as that. Because, hey, man, I'm gonna leave that for another video and stuff like that. But, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker get real motherfucking saucy at the motherfucking mouthpiece, though. You know what I mean? Like, no problem, though. You know what I mean? But, sometimes you don't even gotta do that, though, man. But, motherfuckers gotta know, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if a motherfucker got an attitude with you, man, fuck them. Move the fuck around. Bro, it is so many motherfucking people out here in this world. Why is you spending all your time and your energy on this one big-headed motherfucker right here? Fuck them. Let them be them. And when they finally want to act right and fly right and stuff like that, they'll come back around. Simple as that. Just like them other stories I was telling y'all about. I didn't sit there and dwell on them and, oh my gosh, I hope she talks to me today and hope she talks to me tomorrow. No, I kept on doing me. And then when finally she wanted to come around and fly right, hey, what up? I'm still available. What up? Hey, it took you a couple years to finally realize it, but I'm still here. I'm still doing me and shit, but I'm still here, though. What up? You feel me? Simple as that. Like, look, I ain't finna be like these other guys out here, and I ain't no motherfucking dating coach or nothing like that, so don't even take me like that. I'm just a guy that sit here and just tell the real and the raw. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can believe these other guys and shit like that and buying flowers and, you know, kissing ass and eating pussy. And yeah, look, you can believe all that goof ass shit if you want to, man. I'm not finna do all that shit, man. I'm not. I'm not finna kiss nobody's motherfucking ass and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Bitch will sit there and have an attitude with you because you trying to help her and try to better her life and stuff like that. And in your mind, in your vision, y'all see, you see her as being the, you know what I'm saying, the ultimate power couple and stuff like that. But she don't realize that. So she wants to sit there and have an attitude with you and stuff like that, but continue to go home with this old bum ass nigga right here that ain't doing shit. Let that bitch be that bitch. Fuck her. Simple as that. Like, it is what it is. Whatever. You know what I mean? And then when a motherfucker sit there, you know what I'm saying, months or years later and stuff and be like, why all these men dating these type of women and stuff like that? Like, we're not good enough for you and stuff like that. No, you wasn't. At the time, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. And she knew how to behave herself. So that's why I went with her. Sorry. Try again. What? I gave you opportunity. You didn't know how to act. I moved the fuck around. I got with her. She knew how to act. And now she gets all this motherfucking residuals and stuff like that that I wanted to give your big-headed ass, but you just didn't know how to act, though. It's simple as that. The fuck? Like, I'm not the one that's trying to save nobody. If you want to drown, go ahead and drown then. Bye. Like, it's simple as that. Like, I'm not going to play with you. I'm not. And that'd be a problem with a lot of men out here. You want to sit here and plead your case and try to settle and all. I'm not settling. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna settle. If you're not going to allow me to be a man, then this right here is not going to work. If you disrespect me, this is not going to work. It is simple as that. I don't have to be around you. Like, look at me. Look at me. Like, do I have to be? And I'm sorry, but, you know, I'm a cocky, arrogant motherfucker. Hey, I'm a Gemini. Does it look like I got to be around you? I don't have to be around you. I don't have to be here. This is not beneficial to me. I'm here because I want to be here. It's not because I have to be here. Don't play with me. Don't try to try me. I will move the fuck around. And if a lot of other men had that type of attitude and stuff like that, they wouldn't be put in these situations right here when it comes to women with attitudes. You feel me? And the same thing with women too as well. If you had that type of attitude and you really stood on that shit, like, I don't have to be here. You're not finna disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? Then a lot of women wouldn't be put in the situations that they be put in. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be dealing with the men that you'll be dealing with. You know? Like, you should already know off of GP. This guy does this, he does that, and blah, blah, blah. Like, he's already showing you who he is. But yet you were still willing to give him a chance because of your feelings. And now you're mad at him for treating you a way that you didn't want to be treated, like it's his fault. When in actuality, it's your fault because you seen the signs, you seen the red flags, but yet you still put your motherfucking scuba gear on and you jumped in that water. And now your ass is drowning. Can't be mad at nobody but yourself. It's as simple as that. You can't be mad at nobody but yourself. You put your scuba gear on, bitch, and jumped in that motherfucking water. Ain't nobody forced you to do that shit. You chose to be with that nigga. Ain't nobody tell you to do that shit. And now you mad at him and mad at all men and shit like that. And, oh, man, you need to be mad at yourself. Educate yourself, baby. How about that? Know who you truly are. Start loving yourself. A lot of women out here don't truly love themselves. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like I said, I'm not the one that's going to sit here and try to hold your hand and shit like that. I'm 30 motherfucking years old. I ain't got time to be holding no motherfucking hand. For real. I don't. I got one kid out here, a motherfucking 11-year-old son. And I don't even hold his motherfucking hand. So you think I'm finna hold the hand with y'all motherfuckers? Man, I'm finna tell you how it is and what it is. And if you don't like to hear it, then, hey, shame on you then. You can't kill the messenger. I'm just being the messenger. Motherfuckers always want to sit there and put blame on everybody else and stuff like that. Start putting blame on yourself. That's what you need to start doing. I used to be the same way too as well, putting blame on other people and stuff, thinking that they're the problem. No, I was a problem. I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't know what the fuck I truly wanted. I didn't know my value. That was the problem. These other people don't know my value. So that's why they did come in and out my life and stuff like that. You know? Once I know my value, my worth, these people that's trying to come in my life, I will stop them at the motherfucking door. Simple as that. And once you realize that, you start to carry yourself a different type of way, in a different type of manner. You won't be so flagrant with the negativity and shit, man. You won't be so, acceptable to the negativity. Because you're so used to this shit. You think that this is just normal. No, it's not fucking normal. This is not normal. This person treating you this way is not a normal behavior. They treating you this way because they see weakness in you, and they know how to capitalize off that weakness. And anytime that you try to raise your voice, they know how to bring you back down again because they know your motherfucking buttons. Simple as that. But yet you continue to stay with this person. Instead of just being like, you know what? This motherfucker already took me to my lowest point. What lower can I go? And just move away. And just walk away from this relationship. But a lot of females don't see it that way. This man already took you to your lowest point. But yet you still don't walk away? How much lower can you go? You're sitting there saying that you're at your lowest point. How much lower can you go if you walk away? Like, honestly, how much lower can you go if you walk away? If you're already saying that this guy has took me to my lowest point. My lowest point. That's what you said. This guy has took me to my lowest point. He has broke me to my lowest point. But yet you still with him another 10 more years, though. So obviously that wasn't your motherfucking lowest point. You're already fucking lying to yourself. Like, miss me with that goofy shit, bro. Miss me with that goofy shit. I remember I had a conversation with a girl one time. She used to sit there and sob and weave and stuff and talk about he's took me to my lowest point. My lowest point. But yeah, she was still with the man. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let you go ahead and drown. Because I can't deal with this shit. How you gonna sit there and say that somebody has took you to their lowest point, but yet you still sit there and be with the motherfucker? And I understand what people's gonna say and stuff like, oh, it's not that easy, and people get mostly attached to what? Mostly attached to what? My motherfucking best friend in the motherfucking world, my grandmother, passed away in 2019, the beginning of 2019. Okay? That was my lowest point right there. And you know what I did? I honor her. I sobbed for her. I cried over her. I thought of fond memories. I laughed. I joked. And I moved on. And yes, she is still in my heart to this day. But I know for a fact, she speaks to me all the time. I wouldn't want you to sit here and be broken down because I have left. You will see me again, but I want you to live your life. And that's what I did. Continue to live my life. I still honor her to this day. That's my best friend right there, my grandmother. And when she left me, I didn't know, man, look, boy. Man, I was a different type of person back there in 2019, boy. Man. I was fucked up. And I'm not going to lie. My behavior changed a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I didn't carry myself in the most proper way that I should carry myself. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not. But over the times and just, truly sitting alone by myself, because I spend a lot of alone time by myself. And, trying to understand and figure out and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just, praying to God and stuff. And just getting an understanding, like, is this what it really is? And me praying and me asking for guidance, me asking for answers and stuff like that, I was able to move through that situation. And yes, I still miss her to this day. It's been 4 years now. I still miss her to this day. But I was able to move on with that situation, and understand that, this is life. This is what's going to happen. And they were to carry on and strive and be a successful, man, in society. That's what I was able to do. Point blank, period. A lot of y'all got to find God, bro. A lot of y'all got to find God. And I ain't saying that you got to sit there and be a motherfucker that go to church every day and stuff like that or whatever the case may be. But find peace with yourself. See, that just comes back to me loving myself. So that's why I used to sit by myself and just try to get an understanding and just try to get guidance. I didn't try to get guidance from the streets. I didn't try to get guidance from, this person and that person and stuff like that. No, I sat by myself and got guidance, with the man upstairs. That's what I did. And I was able to get through that situation. And I told myself, like, man, look, if I'm able to get through that situation right there, I feel like I'm able to get through any situation. Now, granted, my father, he's still alive too as well. And I feel like the day that he leaves is going to be like how that day was. It's going to be, because my father's another person that I love dearly. I respect that man so much. Strong individual. Maybe to the individual I am to this day. So I know once he leaves, it's going to be the episode again. But, hey, if I'm able to make it through with my grandmother and stuff like that, a person that I truly looked at as a friend, wasn't scared to talk to him about nothing. Nothing. Same thing with my father. Still respect and honor him as my father. Never disrespect him. But I'm not scared to talk to him about nothing. You feel me? When you have that type of relationship with a motherfucker, man, woo, man. It's crazy, big dog. You feel me? But I'm finna go ahead and get up off here, man. I ain't gonna sit here and wrap y'all head up too tight and stuff like that, man. I think we had a nice little conversation. Sorry that this was broken up into 2 videos and stuff like that. I don't know why the live stream ended the first time. It did some old dumbass shit, so I don't know why it did that shit or whatever. But it ended the first time, though. But make sure to catch part 1 and part 2 and stuff like that. Catch what we was talking about and stuff like that. But, yeah. Attitudes, man. Man. Definitely, man, motherfuckers gotta fix on their attitude, work on their attitude and stuff like that. You dig? But nothing but peace, love, and blessings. I'm finna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Y'all be smooth, y'all be played up, y'all be blessed up, all that good old stuff. Y'all just stay smooth, man. Man? Just truly understand, man, what it is out here and stuff like that, man. Stop being gullible and stuff. Stop thinking that everybody's for you and stuff like that, man. Like, really pay attention and take heed to what's truly going on out here. But I love y'all. I respect y'all, man. Nothing but the best, wishes for y'all, man. I'm up out here, gang to the end, and I'm gone, man. I'm holla at y'all next one, man. Peace, love, and